Today, we're diving deep into Escape Plan, Stallone and Schwarzenegger versus the most high-tech prison ever created. Spoiler alert ahead, this recap reveals everything. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to support the channel. The movie opens inside a high-security federal prison in Colorado. Ray Breslin, an inmate who keeps mostly to himself, is approached by another prisoner who warns him about a man named Jax. According to the inmate, Jax intends to pick a fight with Ray. The next day, just as predicted, Jax ambushes Ray with a shank, but Ray reacts instantly, overpowering him with calculated precision. The guards rush in, break up the fight, and escort Ray straight to the secure housing unit, a sealed isolation block reserved only for the most dangerous prisoners. Ray is locked inside a small windowless concrete cell. A toilet, a security camera, and a Bible. That's all he's allowed. But Ray wastes no time. His mind is already working. He studies the layout, the routines, the guards. He notices that this HU is located right beside the fire garage. Even better, he overhears the guards discussing their schedule and learns that the isolation unit is understaffed. Every day, the guards step outside for a cigarette break, lasting exactly 7 minutes, and Ray plans to use every second. Still, he needs the passcode for this HU door. To get it, he carefully peels a thin layer of polyethylene from the chocolate milk packaging included with his meals. During his daily walk, he discreetly presses the plastic sheet onto the keypad. Later, he examines the fingerprint smudges on the plastic and identifies the most used numbers. With the correct digits narrowed down, breaking the code becomes simple. Meanwhile, Ray secretly communicates with his team through an encrypted message hidden inside a letter. He instructs them to create a distraction at precisely 4 p.m. on escape day. He also prepares balls of toilet paper soaked in liquid soap, sticky enough to jam the door lock. Finally, the day arrives. Returning from his walk, Ray wedges the wet toilet paper into the door mechanism, preventing it from fully locking. When the guards leave for their smoke break, Ray punches in the correct passcode and slips out. He crawls through an air vent, leading straight into the unguarded fire garage, puts on a firefighter's uniform, and waits. Right on cue, his team detonates a car outside the prison. As the fire brigade races out, Ray clings to the underside of the fire truck and rides straight through the gate. Once outside, he drops off, heads to a waiting car, and reunites with Abigail and Hush, his closest allies.
Nice look.
Hush's idea.
How's inside, boss man?
Everyone's asking about you.
They drive him a short distance, then leave him near a phone booth. Still wearing his prison robe, Ray approaches the booth. A police cruiser spots him, then several more arrive, surrounding him at gunpoint. Ray makes a call and says just one phrase.
Showtime.
Moments later, Lester Clark, Ray's business partner, arrives with official documents. The officers review them and reluctantly release Ray. Later, in the warden's office, the furious warden demands answers. Lester reveals the truth. Ray Breslin is not a criminal. He is the co-founder of Breslin Clark Security, a firm specializing in breaking into prisons to test their integrity. Ray calmly walks the warden through his escape step by step. Impressed but humiliated, the warden finally asks,
"What kind of a man would choose to spend most of his life in prison?"
Ray shrugs.
Some people have a talent to paint, some who sing. Me, I sing. Ray Breslin, he possesses a unique set of skills to break out of any prison designed by man.
Back at the office, after 5 long months undercover, Ray is greeted by a custom 3D puzzle crafted by Hush. It took months to design, and Ray solves it in seconds.
Sorry, not smart enough. Don't be bitter.
Soon after, Ray meets Jessica Miller, a CIA lawyer who has read his book on prison vulnerabilities. She wants him to test a new top-secret prison, one so covert that its location is hidden even from governments. The inmates inside are ghosts, people too dangerous for the world to know they exist. Ray's team warns him it's far too dangerous.
These institutions are off the grid, and you want him to go in and test it.
Then Lester reveals the payment, millions of dollars. Even so, Ray hesitates, until Jessica reveals the inmates are monsters who should never walk free again. Against his team's objections, Ray agrees. Jessica gives Ray a fake identity, Anthony Portos, a Spanish terrorist for hire. His only contact inside the prison will be the warden, Roger Marsh. If things go wrong, Ray is to give him an evacuation code, 310275. On infiltration day, Hush implants a tracker in Ray's arm.
Transponder is good.
It's like having me right on your shoulder.
But before Ray even reaches the prison, a van screeches up. Masked men abduct him, rip the tracker out, and sedate him heavily to keep the prison's location secret. Ray awakens intermittently inside a helicopter. He watches as guards stab another prisoner and throw his body into the ocean. Before he can react, he is sedated again. He finally wakes inside a glass cell elevated on a platform. Dozens of prisoners hover in similar transparent cages. Guards in black masks patrol with rifles. He is escorted to meet the warden, but instead of Roger Marsh, he meets a man named Hobbs.
Welcome to the International Detainee Union intake.
Where's Warden Marsh?
There is no Warden Marsh.
My evacuation code is 310275.
When Ray reveals the evacuation code, Hobbs mocks him and walks away. Ray Breslin is now officially a prisoner. Meanwhile, Abigail and Hush desperately search for him, but every trail goes cold. Inside, Ray is forced into the yard, a place the guards call Babylon. Brutality is constant. A group of hulking inmates approach Ray to test him.
New fish. We all
Ray disables one instantly. Before things escalate, another inmate intervenes, Emil Rottmeyer.
Back off. Last time. Back away. Pueros. Emil Rottmeyer.
Emil tries to befriend Ray. He recognizes the name Portos and claims to have worked security for a mastermind named Mannheim, a sort of modern-day Robin Hood who steals from the rich and aids the oppressed.
Genius. Really? Now they try to find him, but I'm not gonna help them.
Ray isn't interested, but Emil persists. Meanwhile, Hobbs berates a guard for killing a prisoner during transport. Because prisoners are assets, the guard's salary will be docked for the full value of the dead inmate. The prison is a business, and every inmate has a price tag. Ray studies guard behavior, searching for weaknesses. Realizing he needs access to the isolation block, Ray asks Emil for help.
I need to get into the isolation area.
Oh, you really don't?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
Good.
Emil obliges by punching him in the face, sparking a massive fight. Hobbs watches the brawl like it's entertainment. Both men are thrown into the isolation chamber, a scorching torture room illuminated by blinding halogen lights. Later, Ray notices something crucial. The floor is held together with steel rivets, not rust-proof aluminum. If he can remove them, there might be a path to freedom. He asks Emil to steal a metal plate.
What are you asking what I used to do?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, but I need a favor.
It's the favor this time.
I need a piece of metal, brown, smooth.
Oh, no problem. And I'll be right back, okay?
Emil deliberately provokes Hobbs, gets tortured with a hose, and manages to snatch a drain cover. In exchange for the favor, Ray finally tells Emil the truth about who he really is. Together, they polish the metal cover using toothpaste, turning it into a reflective surface to heat the rivets until they expand and break. But Ray discovers something even more disturbing. Hobbs built this prison using Ray's own book. Every design, every method, all used to create an unbreakable nightmare. Ray tells Emil he needs a distraction. Emil agrees. He starts a massive brawl by insulting a Muslim inmate's mother.
I know you.
You don't know shit, you khanzir. Now step back.
Oh, now I remember. Your mother, she was my favorite whore in Marrakesh.
Once inside, Ray immediately starts heating the rivets, making sure to position himself where the camera can't see him. After finishing, he pounds on the chamber walls, his signal for Emil to begin the next phase of their plan. Emil instantly launches into loud, hysterical screams, pulling everyone's attention toward him. Using the distraction, Ray presses a piece of bread over his cell's security camera, blocking the feed, then slips into the vent system to move unseen. As Ray crawls through the tight metal passage, he accidentally snaps a valve. Water bursts out, flooding the vent. Meanwhile, the warden confronts Emil, trying to figure out what he's doing. Emil suddenly starts rambling in a foreign language.
Und unaufhörlich schrie, ich suche Gott.
Finally, Ray climbs out of the vent and reaches the outside, only to freeze in shock. The prison isn't underground at all. It's inside a massive cargo ship. Realizing the scale of the deception, he quickly retreats before anyone can spot him. The water leak from the broken valve spreads through the isolation chambers, distracting the guards and allowing Ray to sneak back unnoticed. Meanwhile, in the city, Abigail and Hush press Lester for answers. They demand to know if he actually spoke to Jessica.
Did you call that woman?
Yeah, I called. Everything is fine.
So you're saying it's all good?
He is on the job that he was hired to do.
Lester insists he did and claims everything is going according to plan. But Abigail is skeptical. She points out that Ray's paycheck has been put on hold, which makes the situation even more suspicious.
It's very common in a $2.5 million transaction.
Common would be a week, maybe 10 days.
It's the federal government. You know how they work.
Back in the prison, Warden Hobbs and his officer inspect the flood damage. They notice several rivets missing from their original positions. Hobbs immediately finds this suspicious, realizing that someone has been tampering with the facility. Lester calls Warden Hobbs and reveals the truth about Ray. Ray Porter isn't his real name. It's Ray Breslin, the famous security expert known for breaking out of prisons.
Ray Breslin. He's there to prove that not even he can get out. You make sure he stays there forever. Do you have a problem with
No, not at all.
Instead of removing Ray as expected, Lester orders the warden to ensure Ray never leaves. Lester has his own agenda. He's actually the CEO of this illegal prison, hired by investors because of his and Ray's company's reputation. Lester is the one searching for Mannheim, lured by a massive reward from the world's largest bankers because Mannheim developed a dangerous program capable of disrupting the global financial system.
He knows where he is. Your job is to get that information out of him. Read us that he's developed a
program to turn the entire world banking system into fucking confetti.
Eager to get results, Lester pressures Hobbs to intensify Emil Rotmeyer's interrogation.
And break Breslin.
The warden believes Ray is to blame for Emil's growing defiance, so he begins breaking Ray down with sleep deprivation and brutal beatings. Emil tries to keep Ray motivated, but Ray's condition worsens.
Don't give up. Don't let them break you. Talk to me. You must fight.
No.
During a medical check, the prison doctor grows increasingly guilty over the suffering he witnesses. Emil encourages Ray to open up about his past. Ray reveals that he was once a lawyer and prosecutor. A criminal he helped lock up swore revenge, escaped, and murdered Ray's wife and son. Since then, Ray dedicated his life to designing prisons that criminals could never escape, only to end up imprisoned himself.
I wanted to. Make sure they stayed in there, digging it out.
You're for choice. You can dine here, or you can get out with me and punish who put you here.
Emil reminds Ray that now he has a personal reason to escape, not just for survival, but for justice. Meanwhile, Abigail and Hush continue digging. Hush uncovers the existence of an illegal, privately owned prison called The Tomb, run by ex-military and mercenaries, the exact prison Ray is trapped in. But its location remains hidden. Inside the ship, Ray and Emil shift their focus to the guards. Since all the guards wear identical masks, Ray begins giving them nicknames based on their behavior.
See the guy coming down the stairs? Then you see how he walks all pigeon-toed?
The duck.
Yeah, scratching the back of his neck.
Hives.
Duck walks 63 strides. The guard down there at the bottom, the heavyset guy, he doesn't move much.
Louisa.
They study their routines carefully. Next, they need the doctor's cooperation. To buy Ray more time to talk to him, Emil stabs Ray in the thigh. During the medical treatment, Ray appeals to the doctor's conscience, but the doctor is afraid and unsure if Ray is truly innocent. During the conversation, Ray secretly steals clotting powder and other supplies. Ray then builds a makeshift sextant using glasses, lenses, cardboard, and a pen. To use it, they need access to the deck. For this, they turn to Javid, a Muslim inmate who prays daily and may gain permission to go outside. Javid pretends to offer his services to Warden Hobbs as an informant in exchange for permission to pray in open air. The warden agrees, unaware of the plan. Once outside, Javid uses the sextant to calculate the ship's latitude. Ray concludes they are somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, possibly near Morocco.
I say we could be off the coast of Morocco. It's just a guess. Educated guess.
Emil reveals he has a friend in Casablanca who owes him a huge favor. If they can send a message to him, they might be rescued. Ray swallows the clotting powder, faking a medical emergency. During the checkup, he reveals his real identity to the doctor.
I know you think I'm playing you. In Hobbs' office is a book, Compromising Correctional Institution Security by Ray Breslin. On page 88 is a detailed description of cell block C at Lewisburg Federal Prison.
And asks him to check Hobbs' office for proof. That night, torn between fear and morality, the doctor sneaks in and discovers Ray's book, confirming Ray was telling the truth.
Bring me prisoner Portis from A block. Hobbs is on us. Do it now.
Determined to help,
I saw the book. How did you know?
I'm Ray Breslin, I wrote the book.
What do you want me to do?
the doctor secretly contacts Emil's friend in Casablanca. The day of the escape begins. Ray feeds Hobbs a fake location for Mannheim, while Javid feeds false intel claiming a riot will break out. Ray secretly signals a Morse code message to trigger chaos in Block C. The warden panics and shifts all guards there, leaving only 2 in the Babylon area. Javid starts a fight, initiating the riot. Ray, Emil, and Javid run for the top deck, but Hobbs initiates lockdown, sealing the cargo hold.
Say cheese.
At that moment, helicopters, Emil's rescue team, appear over the ship. Inside, a shootout erupts. Javid is shot, but insists on staying behind, asking for guns to hold off the guards. Emil reluctantly leaves him, and Javid makes a heroic last stand. Ray fights the prison officer in a brutal confrontation, ultimately killing him. He reaches the control room and shuts down the power, unlocking all the doors. Emil reaches the deck, firing a machine gun at the guards to keep them at bay. His team wants to escape, but Emil insists on waiting for Ray. Meanwhile, Ray hides inside a water flushing tank as Hobbs and his men search. When the power returns, the tank fills and expels Ray into the ocean. Emil spots him and lowers the helicopter ladder. Hobbs fires at them non-stop, wounding Emil. Ray shoots at the ship's oil tanks, causing a massive explosion that engulfs Hobbs and his men. The helicopter flies toward Morocco. Once they land, a car pulls up. Jessica, the woman who hired Ray, steps out. To Ray's shock, Emil casually introduces her as his daughter.
Hello, Dad.
And she's also my daughter. Hello, darling.
It's revealed that Emil is actually Mannheim himself. He used a false identity to avoid being hunted, and Jessica orchestrated Ray's imprisonment so he could break her father out. Even Ray's alias Porto was a secret message for Emil. Before leaving, Jessica reveals the final twist. Lester knew little at first, but then betrayed her and offered his services to the prison backers. In the next scene, Ray reunites with Abigail. She explains that Lester was promised the CEO position only if the prototype prison proved inescapable. Now that Ray escaped, Lester panics and tries to flee, but Abigail and Hush catch him. Hush knocks Lester unconscious in his car. When Lester wakes up, he realizes he is inside a shipping container loaded onto a massive cargo ship, trapped with no escape, the same fate he once intended for Ray. And that wraps up the recap of Escape Plan. If you enjoyed the breakdown and want more intense prison escape stories, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Check out the full Prison Saga playlist next.